Atomic.
It's time for round one, Group 6 of the Serrano Buckminster Presents Concept Chaos here at the old Yadkin Valley Speedway.
But before we get to Group 6, if you remember back to Group 5, there were some major developments in the Cousin Ricky saga.
That's right, although we did not catch Cousin Ricky himself and put a stop to his so-called Cousin Ricky order, we at least did put a big dent in its operation by catching one of his henchmen.
The Yadkin Valley Security Special Investigators Group are hard at work looking into this matter, and we will let you know on further developments.
Hopefully that means we won't have any rude interruptions by Cousin Ricky for quite some time. But enough of that, you fans are ready for some racing, so let's get down to driver introductions for round one, Group 6. Starting us off, driving for Numbskull Racing in a 1997 Pontiac Rages, it's Numbskull.
With him qualifying in the top 3, you know he has a fast car.
Starting second in a 1999 Dodge Charger for G-Force Racing, it's Giorgio.
A late 90s adaptation of a beloved classic.
Starting third for Miniature Car Racing in a 2004 Acura HSC, it's Bolo Brown.
And for those of you curious, the HSC stands for Honda Sports Concept.
And finally for Uncle Elvis Racing, driving a 1991 Audi Avis Quattro, it's Uncle Elvis.
The cars have rolled up into their places on the starting grid, as there you see Numbskull sitting on that front inside pole position.
Right there next to him you have Giorgio with Bolo Brown and Uncle Elvis sitting on the rear row. We have two American muscles with a European and a Japanese tuner in the rear as race one is underway.
As they lead the starting grid and down the backstretch into turn 1, it's Numbskull with a commanding lead.
Numbskull is not looking back as he heads down into turn 2 with the other drivers trying their best to catch up to him, but he's leaving them all behind as he's already down the superstretch into turn 4. Oh, he gets spun around. He goes across the line backwards. He's going to be followed by Giorgio. Then it's going to be Bolo Brown, and Uncle Elvis is really trailing back there.
Uncle Elvis definitely had some trouble, but he's able to come across the line as he saves himself from a DNF.
Numbskull definitely making a statement as we check out that track time, but let's go back and check out that merch by Meek and replay camera, as here you see Numbskull all alone as he heads down into turn 3. The other drivers are nowhere near to be seen as he just pulls away down the superstretch as he waves bye-bye to everybody, but watch him as he goes down here in the turn 4. He hits the outside retaining wall, which causes his car to lose control, but he's able to regain control, shifts it into reverse, and takes it across the line.
As for the other racers, all they can do is maintain their positions and rack up those precious points.
Speaking of points, Numbskull sits on top of the board with 5 points. It's going to be Giorgio right behind him. Then it's going to be Bolo Brown and Uncle Elvis. But we still have 3 races to go, and anything can happen in those 3 races as we are set and ready for race 2, which is now underway.
As they go down the backstretch, Giorgio leads him down in the turn 1 with Numbskull right there on his tail, as it looks like Bolo Brown and Uncle Elvis are having a hard time keeping up.
Numbskull has been bump drafting Giorgio this entire time. Oh, he gets underneath him. He gets loose. Giorgio spins around backwards. He shifts it into reverse as he goes down the superstretch into turn 4. Down the final stretch. Giorgio comes across the line at first, followed by Numbskull. Then it's going to be Uncle Elvis and Bolo Brown bringing up the rear.
Some aggressive maneuvers by Numbskull, but Giorgio able to use superior driving skills and save his car for a win.
And we're definitely going to go back and take a look at that as you watch the cars come out of turn 2. There you see Numbskull right on Giorgio's tail the entire time. As they exit the chicane, Numbskull tries to push Giorgio up the track, but Giorgio denies him, but he ends up getting spun around as they head down to turn 3. Then Giorgio shifts it down into reverse as they head down the super stretch going into turn 4.
And you know Giorgio's car must be over-revving as he has his foot to the floor in reverse as he heads down the final stretch.
Right behind him, Numbskull is trying his best to catch up, but it's not going to be enough as Giorgio is going to come across the line in first.
Now let's go back to the turn 3 camera as we watch that battle for the lead between Numbskull and Giorgio. But right behind them, you'll see Bolo Brown and Uncle Elvis also battling as Uncle Elvis gets turned sideways by Bolo Brown, but he's able to save it as he comes out of the turn.
And with 2 races down, we have a tie for first place between Numbskull and Giorgio, but we also have a tie between Bolo Brown and Uncle Elvis.
And it's going to be interesting to see what happens as Bolo Brown and Uncle Elvis are now on the front row being pushed by the faster cars as we are set for race 3.
Down the backstretch they go. It's neck and neck between Uncle Elvis and Bolo Brown, but Numbskull's giving Bolo Brown a huge shove as they are starting to pull away from the other drivers.
Numbskull definitely using his bump drafting maneuvers as he pushes him down into turn 3.
Oh, Numbskull gets loose as Bolo Brown starts to pull away down the final stretch. It's going to be Bolo Brown at first, followed by Numbskull. Oh, what a pass at the line for third.
Giorgio with that last second pass over Uncle Elvis, making for some great racing action.
Great racing action that we're going to take a look at again, as here you see Numbskull pushing Bolo Brown down into turn 3. As you watch him go down, Numbskull tries his best to push Bolo Brown out of the way, but Bolo Brown hangs onto it as Numbskull gets loose, heading down the super stretch down into turn 4.
Which goes to show you aggressive driving does not always pay off, as Bolo Brown is able to hang onto it. He's going to come across the line in first.
As you keep your eyes on Giorgio just behind him, he makes a move at the last second as he's going to pass Uncle Elvis there at the line.
And let's go back and watch that one more time, as there you see Giorgio with a huge head of steam coming out of turn 4. He could have hit Uncle Elvis, but he keeps it clean, making a pass as he comes across the line.
Keeping it clean, more like keeping it boring.
Wait, do what? Oh no!
The following announcement has been brought to you by the Cousin Ricky Order.
That's right, Cousin Ricky fans. You've been asking, and here they are. It's the all-new line of Cousin Ricky t-shirts, straight from Merch by Meekin. And to go along with every single t-shirt sale, you also get the brand new CRO Cousin Ricky Order stickers. And speaking of Cousin Ricky Order shirts, they're available in multiple sizes, so be sure to go to merchbymeekin.com and order yours today. Oh, and just like how I've hijacked Funkhauser's channel, I've also hijacked the prices on his merchandise, as all shirts are now on sale for $19.99. So be sure to go to merchbymeekin.com, on Facebook, or call and order yours today when I still have control. And for those of you wondering about our little fiasco last week, the only thing the Yadkin Valley security team caught was one of my commercial vans, recording some of the great racing action here at the Yadkin Valley Speedway and pushing my special brew. You know, gotta have that marketing deal. Better luck next time, Funk!
The following announcement has been brought to you by the Cousin Ricky Order.
You mean to tell me I had to wait for Cousin Ricky to interrupt our broadcast for you to tell me that y'all didn't catch anything?
Funk, we're back on.
God dang it! Anyways, we are down to the final race here of Group 6, as Numbskull is your leader with 13 points. Just behind him is Giorgio with 12. Then you're going to have Bolo Brown with 10.
As for Uncle Elvis, he may be far behind, but he's not completely out of this event yet if he pulls off a miracle and wins, with Giorgio and Bolo Brown wrecking out.
We've sure seen crazier things happen here at the old Yadkin Valley Speedway, as race 4 is now underway.
Out the starting gate one final time, they are neck and neck as they head down into turn 1.
But here comes Numbskull making a move as he takes off all by himself down into turn 2.
Oh, he oversteers it coming out of the chicane as his car is bouncing all over the place.
He is still trying to find that grip as he goes down the super stretch down into turn 4 for the final time. Numbskull's going to come across the line at first, followed by Bolo Brown in second. Then it's going to be Giorgio and then Uncle Elvis bringing up the rear.
Numbskull showing his dominance once again as he takes another win.
Absolutely, he was tilting on the edge of disaster as we watched the Merch by Meekin replay camera. Here you see him coming out of the chicane. His car gets loose as he hits the wall, bouncing all over the place. Looks like he regains control going into turn 3, but as he comes out, looks like he oversteers again as his car starts to lose it going down the super stretch. He's finally able to straighten it out before heading down into turn 4.
Meanwhile, just behind Numbskull, there's a battle taking place between Giorgio and Bolo Brown for that second place spot. This slows them down enough for Numbskull to be able to secure his win. The question now is that second place finish by Bolo Brown enough to move him on to next round?
Well, we're about to find out as we tally up the points for round 1, Group 6 of the Serrano Buckminster presents Concept Chaos, with your two drivers moving on to round 2. It's going to be Giorgio just barely beating out Bolo Brown with 15 points, and your winner of this event racking up 18 points, it's going to be Numbskull. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure hosting you here at the old Yadkin Valley Speedway, and if you love the content you've seen, please remember to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell and don't forget to share as we bring you more exciting racing action here at the old Yadkin Valley Speedway.
And Cousin Ricky's gonna cut in here real quick and give a big shout out and thank you to the newest member of the Cousin Ricky Order fan club, Jeff Speed. You, along with the other members of the Cousin Ricky fan club, are greatly appreciated, and it is your contributions that help the Cousin Ricky Order grow.
The following presentation has been brought to you by the Cousin Ricky Order.
Oh, Ricky!